What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. House of the Dragon, episode 6. I think we're episode 6. Yeah, I think we had our. This is the biggest time skip we've had between episodes. I'm thinking we're looking at like 10 plus year time skip between where we left off in episode 5 and then here in episode 6. So I'm curious to see, are they still going to hint at kind of things that were being set up at the end of last episode? I'm curious how the adult actresses um, portray the two girls, because I think those are about the only two that are going to have new actresses. Um, where we left off with kind of Alicent stopping Criston Cole from killing himself last episode. It's been 10 years since then. Did she stop him because she just feels bad that she feels that maybe Rhaenyra was using him and he shouldn't take his life? Or is it one of those things that she wants Criston Cole kind of like under her thumb because she knows that Criston Cole is Rhaenyra's sworn protector? So she almost wants to play it as like Criston Cole is like a little bird for Alicent. He's always around Rhaenyra, so any information you get, conversations with her, I want to know. So I'm curious, what was her reasoning for stopping him? Just because, and we've known Alicent to be like, she's kind and sweet, but she's easily manipulated. So I'm curious, like, was it just out of the kindness of her heart? She didn't want to see him throw away his life just because of something that Rhaenyra did to him? Or does she want to use Criston Cole? I'm curious if we address that kind of end of last episode. The king, I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know if at this point in the story Rhaenyra is queen and they're plotting to overthrow her. I don't know. And also up until the point in the story, Lord Strong has seemed like the most honorable man we have. But last episode we saw both of his sons. He's got the really strong guy that pushes people out of the way and was punching him and grabbed Rhaenyra, and his son is also the other one with the club foot. Now he was the one planting those little seeds in Alicent's head. Is that just how his son plays? Because he knows his son isn't going to be anyone that anybody looks to for strength. So is that just how his son makes his name? Or is his son acting for him? Does Lord Strong try to perceive himself one way, but has his sons do his dirty work? I'm curious of that as well. And just Daemon, it's just a lot. There's a lot going on. We have a major time skip. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and do it. Like, in this point in the story, is she still messing around with... Is she still messing around with Criston Cole? Is she still seeing Daemon on the side? Like, has she righted her ship, or is she still... I don't know. Biz.
The Queen has requested that the child be brought to her immediately.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me get out of this bed by myself. I'm not having anybody take it. I'll walk over there myself. Yeah, right?
Remain a bed princess.
Yes, I should. Help me dress.
Oh, so we're playing this like tit for tat game still 10 years later? Okay. Man, we're really playing this tit for tat game, huh? I see nothing's changed in a decade. Because, like, why would you ever... I mean, she knows what she's doing by asking that, right? Yeah, we all agree, like, this is... Yes, Rhaenyra is a lying and manipulative, like, piece of shit for what she did with, Criston Cole, Daemon, and dragging, lying to Alicent and putting people in those positions. Is he Alicent's sworn protector now, or what's up with that shit? Yikes, that's awkward.
Happy news this morning.
He's alive! He's alive! He does.
My grandson.
They took his arm off, though. They took his arm off. Nice to see him alive. Nice to see him alive. Good, 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 good. Whose kids are those? Because they're not his. Whose two kids are that? Like, that's not by him. That's not by that. It's not by the mixed boy over there. Those are her two boys?
You too?
Those aren't his sons. I don't give a damn. I'm mixed myself, but my kids aren't going to come out looking like that. Like, they are white. White. And this is Alicent's second born that we saw her pregnant with when we were celebrating Aegon's name day. I thought she birthed a girl. I don't know why I assumed that. I'm guessing it wasn't. I thought maybe they mentioned it, but no. At the end of the day, he still is king. One arm, old as hell, rotting. I put your ass out.
Have I lost my sanity, Sir Kristen? Do my senses lead me astray, or is everyone else dreaming the same?
So she did pull Sir Kristen in as hers. Whose fucking green moss dragon is that? The Lady Lena. Hers looks like some oak tree. Jeez. Bro, her dragon is massive. That thing is thick. Looks like a damn Ent from Lord of the Rings with wings. Jeez. You think Kristen takes out his frustrations and stuff on Rhaenyra's kids? You think he does? Like he treats their kids, Viserys' kids, pretty good, and Rhaenyra's like piece of shit. Okay. Sir Kristen's really become bitter. He's just become bitter. Yeah. Yeah. It's so crazy how they've just shattered Kristen's character. I mean, it's good for the story, but man, you thought so much of him, and then, God, I can't stand him. He's no better than like seeing like Sir Maren Trant or somebody like that on screen. It's just like God, or the Mountain. It's just, you know, like my lord, Rhaenyra. Like she's still playing these games. You're a grown ass woman. Like I feel no sympathy for her either. Like, I do think it's rightfully hers. The throne is rightfully hers. But, man, she just doesn't make this shit any better.
My dear wife. Princess?
Now, I don't know what Laenor's been up to. Is he not around? Does he not try to? Then that's a different story, but...
Where have you been?
Man.
Yours and mine.
Let's be honest. Look at
True father will not abandon
Daemon's sons, how they came out, Daemon's children, compared to how her children came out.
That is easy enough.
Okay. We're just so, like, tit for tat. It's so childish.
We should...
And long before that, we were friends.
She's trying. She's trying. Okay. Why would you object that? Why would you reject that? Alicent, let me hear this. I mean, Alicent knows she's playing the... There's literally nothing wrong with this proposal other than Alicent rejecting it just to be spiteful. So let me hear what she has to say. There's really no reason to reject this. She's pouring out milk. Sorry. It literally is. There's no reason to deny that proposal. I agree, but Alicent is...
As you wish, husband.
God. You know, he's...
I took the liberty of beginning without you, Your Grace.
You know, he's...
It was a sin to let such a pie grow cold.
You know, he's chirping all in her ear. All in her ear.
About the wine, surely.
Meat without wine is also a sin.
That's essentially like her father replacement, just in her ear, feeding her all types of shit. No, 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 no. We're not doing the same thing his brother had to do, are we? No, 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 no. We're not. 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 Don't say it. Don't say it.
The limit of my art.
Don't say.
I will not come.
Say it. Don't.
My brave girl.
Why won't it do it? Why won't it do it? Is she going out like this? I mean, both ways are bad. Burned or having them cut. I think is it purposely not harming her? Tell me right now, his son is not going to murder his own father and brother. Yep, they're dead. How do you think that's gonna go over? Now they have to find a new hand. Pray to God we don't just bring Otto back in for the sake of calling a hand, right? Tell me Damon's not gonna be like seated up here, is he? God, Viserys. I hope you go peacefully and the realm just doesn't burn itself to the ground when you leave, man. Because you've been trying, man. You've been trying.
Ask me.
Alicent, is this is your boy?
Monument to his own greatness.
Alicent, this is your dude, by the way.
Into the mortar.
You're aligning with him. The man who just killed his own father and brother.
Best place.
That's your go-to.
Pass his judgment and all who pass beneath it.
You pass judgment.
Oh, and it's all said and done, she's still just fragile and breaks down, doesn't she? Still get manipulated and shit. You're almost kind of like starting a new season with the time skip, even though it's within the same season. So you're trying to keep everything that happened last episode intact with what's happening this episode, even though we've had a decade plus time go by. So it looks at least 10 years has passed. I don't know if it's been a little bit more. Rhaenyra has spit out 3 kids, all by Lord Strong. Not Hand Strong, but, you know, Night's Watch. The one that scooped her up in the middle of that brawl at the end of last episode. I don't know how they got linked up with one another, but she has her agreement with Sir Laenor, her husband. They do their duties and they can dine as they like, so she can have whoever she wants to have, whether that's Strong, Kristen Cole, whoever. But my God, guys, the kids don't even. That was the first. Before it even got to the point in the episode, they look nothing like. They would have a little bit of color, just a little bit of color to them at least. She's done 3. Like, I get it. You want to wine and dine and taste as you will, and you're letting Laenor. At least Laenor can do his without consequences, as far as like spitting out kids that don't even, you know. Y'all couldn't have at least, like, she couldn't have held off and tried to at least spit out 1 kid? I know that's asking a lot, like, why should the woman be, but I'm saying, like, just to keep up appearances. If you're going to play this game, everybody already suspects you. Like, you did it once, it's like, alright, cool, you let them, okay, whatever. But to do it 3 times, like, to play the game, I wouldn't, if I was her and I really wanted to do my shit and play the game and all that, could you at least not have gotten out 1 kid by him, at least? And I don't know the specifics. I don't know if they had been trying and it just wasn't happening, and it got to a point where it's like, well, it will happen when it will happen, and they started to, like, you know, taste as they wanted to taste, and maybe she thought the first 2 would have been by him, but it wasn't. And I don't know what Laenor's been up to. Have they been doing their duties as they said they would? Because it makes it seem like, you know, he doesn't want to be here. He wants adventures and stuff. I don't know if he's been actively trying either. But good God. And I don't want to blame it all on Rhaenyra, but man, the accusations you had last time already going around you. You saw Kristen Cole's outburst. To just go at it again, it's just wild. And I need a little more context into Rhaenyra and Laenor's relationship before I can fully just be like, Rhaenyra, what are we doing? What are we doing? And they're doing a good job of making me like really hate her character for like just the decisions she's making. You know, she talks about air. She's like Daemon. She is like Daemon. And, you know, like she is a dragon. You know, her father says her and Daemon are dragons. You know, they're not thinkers. They're very headstrong and they just act on emotion. She talks about this, you know, not wanting to be replaced and like, you were going to replace me and I'm just, you know, a wife to marry off for a fleet, a chest full of gold or a fleet of ships. And he told you, you know, get married, spit out heirs, strengthen your claim, do all that. But girl, they don't even look like her, to be honest. And the way you spend it, I mean, it's obvious. We know what her deal is. They got a lot going on, her and Laenor and the kids that don't even look like her. It's so crazy to see how just spiteful Kristen Cole and Alicent have become. Like, Alicent looks like I don't know how the 10 years went. But Sir Kristen Cole, like, I'm not gonna say character like he's assassinated his own character, you know, and the fact that he still holds that, like he still holds that, he hates Rhaenyra talk shit about her any moment. He's like, oh, y'all talking shit? He wants to hop in at any moment he can. Uh, plays favorites against her sons. Like, it's just, and like, I get it, but like, take it out on Rhaenyra, bro. Like, what do the kids have to do with it? Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy because like, I think it's easy to say for the fandom that majority of people up to episode 5, the end of it, probably really liked his character a lot. You know, when we got introduced to him in episode 1 and he got rid of Daemon, when they met up a couple episodes later and he told Daemon he knocked him off his horse, and you know, even when he probably laid with Rhaenyra the first time, we probably all liked him, but I can't. Every time I see him on screen now, I'm like, all right, what's he gonna do? Yeah, it's a mess, and Alicent isn't any better. And what sucks about Alicent is, you would think that like she knows what she's doing to her son in the games that she's playing is the same thing she used to like internally hate her father for. She wouldn't outright say because she didn't know that she had any power to say anything. The girl that would sit there nervous, teary-eyed, picking the skin off her nails, biting herself and pulling out hair and all that type of shit. That girl's still in there. You can see it's still in there when push comes to shove. But she's putting all that weight on her son. And it's like, do you not know the damage that did to you? She's literally spitting out the same things that Otto used to spit to her. And the son doesn't care. He's just hanging out and shit. And so each of them have 3 kids. Rhaenyra has 3 boys. Alicent has a boy, girl, boy in that order. Their relationship hasn't got any better. And I felt like Rhaenyra was A, trying, B, like playing the game, yes, but at least she at least made an attempt at an olive branch there at the small council of, you know, marry them on. It is a good deal. There's no reason to decline that if you're sane. But Alicent has been spited by Rhaenyra, father booted by Rhaenyra, friendship and trust shattered by Rhaenyra. So when you come dangling this like offer sheet in front of her face, like, well, we could still have this, you know, it's like a spit in Alicent's face. I get Alicent's point of view because she hates her already. They talk shit about her any chance she could get. But if you're thinking like, I'm curious, would Otto have accepted that? Say Otto's still hand. Say everything was going exactly as it was, but Otto's still hand, right? If Otto was sitting there at that table as hand of the king and all that, and Rhaenyra presents that, I'm curious what Otto does with that. Would he take that? Otto wanted to, and if I'm Otto, and I look, Viserys, if he has an issue with that, if I'm Viserys, someone would be like, weren't you trying to marry your 2-year-old son to my 16-year-old daughter? What? Because for the same reason, you know, end the succession battle and all that. Why not marry them off? You know, have I don't know. There's no reason to really decline that from a political game standpoint, unless you've been wronged in the past. Lionel Strong. Alicent is in too deep now. She's playing the game. She thought she was playing the game, but she's gone a little too deep. But I mean, where can she go now? I mean, Lionel could hold that over her if she wanted to go say anything. Yeah. I mean, he killed his own father and his own brother. So that sucks. And I really liked Lord Strong, the one that played the hand. Like Viserys said, I felt like he's been the only one in the entire series so far that's not been aligned with his own interest. And I asked it at the beginning of the episode. His son, Lionel, that's going around, you know, whispering in Alicent's ear and seems to be plotting, and he knows what he's doing. Is that his son acting on his own, or is that the son doing his father's whispering for him, but the father wants to like make it seem like his hands are clean? Nope. The father was good, man. The father was good. It sucks that he went out like that. By his own son too. That's a damn shame. Got Daemon as well. Daemon was on his way to 3 kids. He had 2 girls. That offer about Pentos is like, you really can't. If you can't get your butt on the Iron Throne, that's... I mean, how much better can you have? And then what he could take that into... I mean, he could take it to a point where he could rule the free cities if he wanted to. Enough dragons. They already had 2, 3, something going like that. It sucks. I wanted to see more of Laena's character. So she did track down. I would have loved to seen that process. Because remember when she was a little girl walking through the water gardens with Viserys talking about, you know, has anyone seen Vhagar and where she is, and did anybody ride it? and all that, and she tracked it down and wrote it. Dragon is massive. This shit's bigger than Drogon. Jesus, it just looked like a big ass oak tree, just massive. So I'm wondering if that's going to pass down to her daughter. I was hoping that he was going to get a son. Daemon was going to get a son, but I'm guessing now that Daemon's wife is no more, word of that's going to get back. I'm curious if we'll see what's Laenor and Laena's father's name, Corlys. I'm wondering if we'll see him in another episode or two. I'm guessing there's going to be a funeral for the daughter, or Daemon's going to come back to Dragonstone, I guess. And I'm guessing they're going to spark their romantic relationship, her and Rhaenyra and Daemon. So I'm curious to see how it goes, because like Prince Laenor said, Rhaenyra sitting on the small council is probably the only thing cleansing her father's mind, because if you let Lionel and Jason Lannister and Alicent just sit there and chirp in his ear about this and that, and like shit talking Rhaenyra or making snide comments, and there's nothing to like cleanse that palate of his, you know, to the point of like maybe when he dies, he's like, shit, Alice, he's like, Rhaenyra hasn't been here, maybe I'll name a new, I don't know. That's a slippery slope she's playing, because I feel like at any moment, and then there's no protection for him. But I guess at this point there really hasn't been like people killing to like level up. You know, like Lord Strong didn't kill Otto, or Otto didn't kill Rhaenyra or anything like that. Like, they played the game dirty, but they still played it with like maybe a drop of honor. Now that Lionel's in the mix, I mean, Viserys could not wake up. Viserys could just be pronounced dead any morning. Now, I wouldn't hold it by like any poisoning or anything going on. It was a lot. It was a lot to see. So we had that 10-year gap. We pretty much got every character, major character there, except Otto and Corlys and his wife. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm guessing now that that's dead, Daemon probably he's gonna make his way back to Dragonstone. The kid's there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll go ahead and leave it there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.